that a lot of people don't know is that it took us 52 different tries. So people just thought they need to fall in love with what you're doing. Why are you doing it? But because we never showed our personality and we never showed who we were, it never happened. They're always I'm trying to make the quick buck, the quick this. But the guys who've been the most successful that we've met, that some of them mentor us, none of them ever do it for the quick buck.
Welcome to Behind the Fade. This is the show where I gather, your favorite creators, artists, influencers, and more to give them sharp trims and have even sharper conversations. I'll get them looking clean, but more importantly, I'll uncover their stories, their struggles, and everything that they've gone through to find out who they really are behind the fade. Before I get into the show, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on that post notification button. I'm always hearing that you didn't know that I posted. I'm telling you to turn on the notification button. How else are you gonna know that I posted? Hey, anyway, I will catch you guys soon. And as always, I appreciate the support. Cool. So I am here with today
John and James, and we're known as the Makatwins. All guys that clean bins. Guys that I don't know. We have a lot of different names.
There's a lot of different names that people call us.
Wait, so guys just go up to you and say, "Oh, you're the guys that clean bins. You're not bin men."
Bin cleaners. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I give it to them. They're very creative.
Yeah, they're creative with it, and it's like really humbling to like come to realize and accept it, because before it used to annoy me, like, why they call me bin guys? But then I was like, but then that's what they call other people. And then we then said we want to change that, because they're not bin guys. We have a name. We're James and John, and that's what it is. And so does all the other people that clean the bins or other unsung heroes, basically.
Okay. What trim would you like today, John?
Fade on the side and then a nice little shape up, because people apparently say we look homeless.
Hey, you guys, you're always hustling. You know what they say about guys without haircuts? They're hustling. You guys are the biggest hustler. You've been hustling for what, 20 years now? That's the last time I see you, man, with haircuts. Hustling, man, but it's good. Cool. Before we get into everything else, we're going to do a quick game. You guys like football?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Big fans.
In order, give me the top 4 this season.
Ooh.
In the Premier League.
Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
I'll say Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Okay, you can see who supports who and who doesn't have a brain here. Calm. Cool. You guys are cleaners.
Yeah.
You have a cleaner business.
Yeah.
Give me one cleaning hack that you guys have learned since you guys started your business.
Oh, cleaning hack. Let me think. Oh, I got it. Not everything. Let me think.
Well, I've got one actually. The cleaning hack is, like sometimes. So the cleaner hack is quite simple. It's like sometimes, when like you would clean like either mirrors or surfaces, and you can look and you can see the specks of hair. So if you wipe it down in that direction that you're wiping it, so if you wipe it down, the hair would go. If not, the hair just continues to stay.
I think cleaning hack for me is like if we're talking about public cleaning, not everywhere you do needs to be cleaned with a sponge. It can just be cleaned with a wet cloth, and then you dry it after. I think that's my cleaning hack.
Cleaning hacks we actually don't know it from the top of our head. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is you guys are frauds. You guys are frauds.
No.
Hey.
I just don't really think about cleaning hack.
I just see it as cleaning.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. Let's get into your stories then. I know about you guys. Funny story, guys. I've known these guys. We've all known each other since we was little kids.
Yeah.
And even funnier story, these guys were the first people to ever let me cut their hair.
Yeah, actually.
These guys, they've tried and tribulated through the haircuts still. So I know your story, but run me through your story on how you got into the cleaning business, how you got into the content world, and what made you guys decide to do both of those things together, because that's not easy.
No, it's not easy. I think so. When we were at uni, we always said that we always wanted to start a business, and we're big believers in God. So God gave us the idea of starting a clean company. And then so we was like, let's start something that we're good at. And yeah, and then we thought, cleaning company, I don't really know. So we planned to start it when we're at uni, but I was like, it doesn't really make sense due to our degree and everything. So we said we're gonna start it after. So a funny fact, a lot of people don't know is that John and I have been doing this full time for the last 2 years. So when we graduated, we didn't get a single job. We just said, we gave ourselves 1 year. We said 1 year, let's try. If it don't work, we could go back, get a grad job. We just said we gave ourselves 1 year just to bet on ourselves, and it was honestly the best bet that we ever did. So from that, we was like, okay, what do we do? And then so we're looking at all these other cleaning companies and was like, well, they have a brand, but not a brand that a lot of people would care about. So it's like, how can we build a brand that people would care about? And we was like, okay, why not make it entertaining? We're young people, we're coming with this fresh ideas. And then so yeah, John, you wanna...
Yeah, so once we then started doing that, we then said, well, we can't compete with like the biggest cleaning companies based off the company size, but we can compete them on creativity and people knowing who we are. So we then said to them, it's quite simple, why don't we just use our creativity? And then we then started creating videos, but we always knew that we wanted to create videos because that is the core aspect of our company. So yeah, that's what it is. So like creating videos for other companies is hard to do, but for us it's still a no-brainer that we have to continue to do it. That's pretty much what it is.
So with that, a lot of people don't know is that it took us 52 different tries. So people just thought we just got up and just went viral. I was like, no, that's not really how it worked. It took us 52 different tries, different videos. Yeah, so and then we just kept doing it, and then we just saw when we were going to all our jobs, we saw a lot of dirty places, and was like, well, it makes sense. We're a cleaning company. There's a lot of dirty places. Why not go and clean it? And that's how it started. And we thought when we started, we didn't really think it was going to go to this extent. If you were to ask me, I knew it was a banging idea. I knew it was great, but not to the extent of what we were doing it. And why did we get into content creation? It was someone told us, right, post on social media and it'll change your life. And I thought, yeah, everyone just says that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're chatting, maybe they're just talking. And it really did. Within like 7-8 months, it really did change our lives, our business life, and everything. So yeah.
I like it, man. It's very inspirational. Cool. You guys, you broke the internet when you decided to start cleaning places that nobody asked you to.
Yeah.
That one, I was hearing it for months and months. I'm James, I'm John, and we clean places nobody asked us to. How did that become your thing? And where did the idea for that come along? Because if I walk to somewhere and I see a dirty place, nobody asked me to clean it, so I'm gonna carry on walking past. Like, how did that come about?
With the cleaning, so when we recorded that first video, while John and I were editing, it was like, we need something. I think I said I'm James, and John said I'm John, and it was like, it just clicked and said, we clean places nobody asked us to clean. And so while we're editing, I was like, this is it. That is exactly what we're going to say.
Yeah.
And then it evolved from there by us. What's that word? By us. So it was like, okay, we've got the audio hook. What can we do? A visual hook. And then, I don't know, we just came up. It's still a blur to me because I wish I could remember where jumping into the screen and doing this hand gesture came in. But yeah, and then we did that, and then that's what made us renowned to be like, I'm James and I'm John. We clean places nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and then it's funny because when we first started doing it, we didn't have the energy. So it wasn't even us.
Yeah.
It wasn't James and John like with the energy that people knew. It was just like it was like I'm James and I'm John and we clean places nobody else is to clean. Yeah, that was it.
Fair enough. So it started out as, a tagline, and then you took it somewhere. And then one thing I saw when I was going through your TikTok one day, you guys met Simon Squibb.
Yes.
Like, Simon Squibb is not easy to come across. Believe me, I've been looking for him myself. How did you guys just casually bump into him at Westminster?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
So the funniest thing about it is that because we had been doing what we had been doing, I would say it was fate. It was meant to happen. We were meant to meet Simon, and then it was. I couldn't even tell you how we did it. We were just going about our daily, and that's what it was. and that's how we met him, and yeah,
Yeah.
literally, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so there was no like crazy story that you guys, you just by fate, by God, as you guys might say,
Yeah.
you just bumped into him. I like it. Cool.
Yeah, that was it.
So back to your business and creating. What are the struggles that we don't see? We see you guys on the internet, you're always beaming with energy, but what's it like behind the scenes? Like from idea creation, even business, not all business goes smoothly. Like what's that like behind closed doors?
I think behind closed door is a lot of like talking with the team. A lot of talking with, whether that's on the marketing side of our company or whether that's our cleaners. And we always said it's just constant communication. Most of it is like it can get dark real quick. Like it can get lonely, but when you have those people there, it makes it a lot easier. I think we just have real conversations with our team. We'll say, hey, look, this is what we're doing currently. What do you think? Is it good? Is it bad? Because they experience it firsthand. And with so if we just, I'm gonna talk about it commercially. John, you can talk about it in terms of the marketing. Like commercially, like one of our biggest struggle was how can we balance both? Because at the end of the day, they're two separate companies. So it was like, okay, what can we do? And for a very long time, for like a year, like last year, we found it really hard to struggle to balance the both. And so it was like we're either spending too much time creating content or we're spending too much time on a commercial, and when we did one, the other one lacked. So we brought in a guy called Jack. Big up Jack. Jack came in and he says, boys, the output you're doing, it's okay, but it could be a lot better. So he was like, guys, have you thought about batching content, like filming bare in one day? So usually back in the day, we used to film maybe one, and then he was like, if you can film more in a day, you can get more time for the commercial company. And so we started to do that. And yeah, we started doing that. And we usually, what a lot of people don't see is that every time you see a video, we do like 10-hour shoot days. So 10 hours for 3 times a week.
I mean, a month.
No, 3 times a month. So people think, oh, we just wake up and get it. No, there's a lot of planning behind the scene, a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights.
Yeah. Some days wake up, why do we even do this? Yeah, generally it's part, and I think it's one of the good things is that we're always smiling. It's a few times you don't catch us smiling because something has really, really, really annoyed us. But even with that, calm down and then get back to normal, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people don't see is the fact that there's a lot of innovation and constant improvement. So when we first started, it was just cleaning. It was like, we know how to clean, but we don't know how to entertain. So we say, can we learn how to entertain people? Can we bring our energy up? Can we talk in a specific way? Can we raise our tone from really high to really low? Can we keep it sad? Can we keep it happy? And that's what a lot of people don't see. They just think, oh yeah, it's just a cleaning video. Reality is not. It's actually entertainment. Every word, every sentence, every action, every visual is all intentionally thought about by us and our team. But a lot of people just see, oh, it's quite entertaining. And that's why you find what we do entertaining. It's not because we're cleaning, it's because we're actually entertainers.
Okay, entertainers, I like that. But not too much, because I'm the real entertainer here, do you get what I'm saying? When people talk about business, they say, don't start a business with your friends, don't start a business with your family. Like, do you agree with that? Like, people say it's working with people you know is very hard. How's that been for you two as twins? Like, how do you separate family life, business life, or have you just amalgamated? Hey, you see that vocabulary? Have you guys amalgamated the two together? Like,
I think for us, it was like when people said that, I think it depends on who the person is. Like, I think when people say don't work with family, don't work with friends, I think it depends on who that person is and their drive. Do they believe in that same vision that you do? Because James believes in the same vision I do. So for us, it's actually quite simple. And to be fair, if I'm being honest, James and I, we haven't been able to. We don't separate work and personal. We mesh it together. I'm gonna be honest.
One thing we learnt to do is, so when we were at uni for 3 years, we went our different ways. 4 years. We said we both learned how to do stuff different ideas of how we were working on the business. So we used to have another business before that didn't really work out, and with that we had different ways of doing it. So we said that in order for the business to work, we have to both drop our egos. I think the reason why it doesn't work with family is because that sense of entitlement, that sense of ego. But if you drop all of that and say, hey, look, let's both drop our egos. If we were random persons, this is how you treat them. Most likely no. And so we was like, okay, if we drop our egos, was like, how do we best feel like everyone can be heard? So it was like, if John has an idea, we say John has an idea, my idea, and we mesh it together. So every idea that you see has always been a meshed idea between us two, then even meshed even more with our team.
So you guys, you spend more time with your first business. It didn't work out because you kind of butted heads on things, or how did that happen?
The first business never worked because all we cared about was money.
Generally.
That was the.
It wasn't about.
And we didn't have a purpose. We didn't. All we genuinely cared about was how much money we made. And guess what? What we ended up making? What? No money.
No. Yeah. No to very little.
Yeah. When I say no money, I mean we never returned our investment that we put in.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Hey, that happens, man. There's no such thing as a perfect business, but cool. So, speaking of uni, what was it like being twins, going to the same secondary school, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
The same primary school, sixth form, college, and then parting ways in secondary school. What was that like, being without each other for the first time?
It felt normal.
Yeah.
It felt like I didn't miss John. It felt
Sorry,
normal.
bro.
John was the one who was like,
Yeah.
John was the one who wanted he wanted to ask a simple question was, am I the same am I who I am because of my twin? And then within less than the first year, he found out that I'm still myself. We just happen to be twins. So with that, it was normal. We call each other maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes more, depends what it is. But yeah, it wasn't a hard miss really. I think the hardest bit was when we had to come together and do something together. That was the hardest bit for us.
Yeah.
And what about you? It was your same thing? You agree?
No, it was the same. James said it. I wouldn't know. Break is not it. I just wanted to see.
You don't lie, bro.
No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. No. It wasn't a break. Because if it was a break, I wouldn't chat to him. No, it was. I just wanted to see is my identity tied because I'm a twin with James. And then I quickly realized, nope, it wasn't. It's just who we are individually.
And at uni, most people didn't know I was a twin.
No, because we never I don't know how that conversation comes up. Well, in my head. And then people's like, but then when we then tell people, oh, I have a twin, we're like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And then that's why we don't even bring it up sometimes.
Okay. So kind of that whole like twin missing each other thing was kind of, it didn't bother you, man, because your bond is tighter than that, and you guys kind of wanted to figure out yourselves. So I understand that. I hear it. Me, I didn't have no school with uni with, so I can't really relate to you guys still, but fair enough. So in terms of your business and content, you know, when you guys started, content was kind of making waves, but it wasn't where it was today. Would you say that you had any doubts from like people? They're like, oh, why are you starting a cleaning business after you just left uni? Why don't you chase your degree type of thing? Like,
no, that's a question that people asked, and when they did ask, I questioned myself. I was like, did we make the right decision? I think there were points where we questioned ourselves every day, or every period, or like not every day, but like in certain periods, like, why are we even doing this? We're meant to be making money and we're cleaning places for free. That's what people used to say to us. And then there was a couple people that just didn't believe it.
they didn't believe.
Yeah, they didn't believe in the vision. Maybe they don't. Maybe they still don't. I don't know.
Like, another thing is that when we were blown up, the comments we used to get. So some of them, when we cleaned the TFL train, a lot of them was good. Like 80% of them was good, and you had the 20% was just like racial comments. So like with that, and a lot of people don't know that, but it was with that like battling. That was the first time John I felt It didn't feel any. That was the first time we saw, damn, the internet could get dark.
Yeah.
Real quick. Or like a lot of people, and then we realized that we couldn't please everyone. Like no matter even when we're doing good, people was like, why are you recording it? Like, you shouldn't be recording. You should just do it behind.
Just do it,
But a lot of people don't realize is we do it off the screen. You just happen to see it on the screen. Like if I'm doing it, so yeah, with that battling a lot of doubts with John and I, because when we were cleaning all these places, a lot of people don't know, it was like we were getting called, it was stupid, it was dumb, why would you do this? You have a degree, why would you go up?
Not even. I remember somebody said this is what happens when you fail GCSEs, and I just responded, bro, I have a degree, buddy.
Yeah, I got a degree.
See, that's the difference. Is that when we do these things, we do it by choice.
Yeah.
Nobody's forcing us to do it. So like that's why it can never get to us. Because if somebody was forcing us, maybe it gets to us. But because nobody's forcing us to do it, it doesn't. Like most, I would say 98%, 95 to 98% of the time, those comments never get to us. No. We just see it. It's just people on the screen chat, and we see it. If you've talked like that, that means we've done our good job very well to make you feel a certain way.
Yeah. And our audience are them are really
great.
Yeah, great. They keep us motivated. So even the times where, like, I don't realize how much impact we make until we speak to people who've seen what we do. It's like, I love what you're doing. Yeah. And then that there gives us the motivation to carry on doing it. Because most times, genuinely ask yourself, are we really making a difference? Is me cleaning this bin really gonna make a difference? Is me like trying to be entertaining within like how people view the cleaners or unsung heroes? Is it really making a difference? That's the question. And then when I see people and they tell us and they give us their feedback, like when we see a lot of them, they come and approach us, it genuinely makes our day, So and then that's what keeps us motivated to know that we're on the right track.
Yeah.
So you guys, you've experienced the love, you experienced the hate, but it's more, you've got your own community, and it's kind of, that's who you do it for. You're not doing it for anyone else but the community that you built up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, we do it, as we always say, do it
for the love
of the game. Agent says it.
For the love of the game.
We agree. If you do it for the love of the game will love you back.
Do it for the love of the game, and the game will love you back. I'm
game.
going to steal that one. I'm going to steal that one. Hey, take my boy.
Thank you, bro.
You saying, like it, yeah?
Yeah, team will be happy. I'm happy. Yeah.
You're not hustling anymore, bro.
Nah,
You're still hustling.
Bro.
Cool, but you're hustling with a trim now.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
hey, James, let's get ready, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, wow. James, you're looking... We say you got a secret... I mean, wait. You're Jay. Why are you responding, bro?
You get used to it.
Wait, you're making me tweak up, bro. I know who I'm speaking to. But, bro, did you get a secret trim without him, bro? You're looking a bit... he's lying to you, bro. Wait, quick question, though, Matt. Why is it that you, man, don't cut your hair, like, regularly?
That's a great question. We fight with our brother. Our brother, Paul, doesn't believe the answer. But for us, we just don't care. Like, that doesn't bother me. Like, what's very important is, like, I wake up, what is happening with the business, what we trying to achieve. That just takes up so much of my time that I don't care whether I have a trim or not. That's pretty much what it is. But Paul doesn't believe that. My younger brother, nah, he doesn't believe that. He says that's an excuse.
Me to a certain degree, yeah.
Yeah, it is an excuse.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, there is time, but it's just, like John said, in terms of priorities.
To us, yeah.
Trying to make it higher, though. That's what it is. But I mean, for now, it's just,
Okay. So, speaking of presenting yourselves, do you guys ever get burnt out at the fact that your work is kind of always on display? Like, if I was a cleaner, if I had a cleaner business, do you ever get the feeling that people are like judging whether or not you're really good at your job, trying to see, is this performative, or like, when the camera goes down, they're just like, I'm going home, type beat.
It's like recently, last week we did an ad for a brand, right? On camera, the shoes look fine. But then we said off camera, we were like, this shoe is not as clean as we want it to be. So like the team always knows this. James and I become so obsessed about it until we get it to a point where we're very, very happy with it. We're not done. So that's what it is. So like once basically he's gotten what he needs, then we will just continue. So like if there was like couple stains and I saw it after the video or after he's finished recording, I'm going to go clean that stain because it would annoy me that it was there. Yeah. So it doesn't. We never feel that because we actually care. That's the difference.
I think most of it's not a company that's on display. It's mainly Jen and I.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So a lot of people obviously they don't see the commercial cleaning that we do, like the offices, the communal areas, the commercial spaces that we clean. But that's not really on the internet. What's like not like that. But it's John and I cleaning. People judging it. You know what it is? I'm just such a perfectionist that I can't ever just do a bad job.
Yeah, we can't even afford
like when we did the thing with BBC News, that was the first time we ever did a clean, and we literally lost, and it, oh my days, it pissed me off the whole day. Like generally, I was like, why is it not coming off? Why is it doing this? And then BBC News like can see it because it was like, oh, it's clean, but it's like it's not that clean. Trust me, I tried every trick and thing, and then I realized, you know what? It just wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't gonna come out. So yeah.
Should have tried the cleaning hacks, bro. Well, you don't have any cleaning hacks. That's what happens, bro.
You should try the cleaning hacks, yeah.
Okay. What about in terms of social media burnout? Like I said, you guys are very energetic. We always see you smiling. I always see you guys smiling. That's one of the things I respect about you guys the most. But like, is there a point where you're just like, today I'm not really feeling up to it, and you have to force yourself to kind of do it? Or how do you guys kind of deal with that side of things?
I think we don't really get much of that just because it's who we are. So for us, we're not putting on a character for social media. We're not putting a character for anything. That's just who we are. We are high, bubbly people. And that's what is very important to us. So it's like, even like I saw it somewhere. Somebody said, it doesn't matter how you're feeling, it's how quickly can you get back to your zero, to your normal level. And that's what is always like, even on those days, like we feel demotivated. Like the last few months, we questioned, why do we even do this? But then we then said to ourselves, we then went back to our purpose and said, this is why we do this. We continue to do this. I think the way we see it, if we put a smile to our face, we can. You never know what opportunity. People have said to us, I just like the energy about you guys. I want to know more. And that's what it is. And that's how certain opportunities just come our way.
Yeah. If you ever feel burnt out, I think you just have to, I think it's good to take a break, take a breather. So sometimes what I do is like, normally, so I'm so engulfed in what we do that I don't really have time to do anything else, really. Like, that's like everything. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I was like, what can I do that's interesting? Let me see what the mandem are doing. Well, let me see what my friends are doing. Can we do something? And I was like, oh, can we just like, I don't know, can we just like go out there, go and have fun? Obviously, see what they're saying. Are they free? And then once you have that little like breather room, you then go back and ask yourself, like, why am I feeling burnt out? Does it feel like I have a lot of expectations that I'm not meeting? Is it that I've put too much pressure on myself? And then you just ask yourself again, like, why are you doing it? And then once you remember your purpose and the reason why you're doing it, then I think you just try and get back to normal. But don't try and force yourself to get back to normal as quickly as possible. Just ease yourself back into it. Because like 2 months ago, I think, or something like that, John and I really felt burnt out. Like, not burnt out, but just felt really demotivated. Like, we didn't want to do anything. I was like, why am I doing this? Then obviously the team like said that we should just keep going. They reminded us of our purpose. Yeah.
So reminding yourself of like what you're doing this for, it keeps you going. And like you said, this is not, you guys aren't playing a character. You're being your 100%, your authentic selves and things like that. Would you say that is advice that you give to other creators, aspiring creators who are trying to go beyond your level, not even reach your level, but go beyond? Like,
yeah, I think for us the difference really switched was when, because back in the day in our older videos, James and I were not really part of it, and we never really showed a personality. So when we never showed our personality, people never, like, at the end of the day, remember, social media is They need to fall in love with you. They need to fall in love with what you're doing. Why are you doing it? But because we never showed our personality and we never showed who we were, it never happened. And then the moment we did, and then the moment we started bringing our energy, because that's who we are, that's when everything changed. That's when it was like, wow, you guys have great energy. You guys always have energy, and that's what it is.
A lot of people would like try to be someone you're not, and that's not sustainable. If you want to do well, especially in anything that you're doing, just be your authentic self, and people will love you for who you are. People hate it more when you're someone else, when you're trying to be someone who you're not. So for us, it will just always be like, okay, we're this people. How can we portray that online? And that's why it's like always authentic. That's why no matter whether you meet us in person or in our videos, it's exactly the same.
Okay. And for business wise, you know, the people that aren't trying to put themselves on camera too much, like how would you recommend someone grows their business? Like, even if they're not doing something service related or they are, what advice would you give to any young entrepreneur?
I think what I would say is quite simple. It's look at the direction the world is going. So the world is going through the direction the world is going, especially if you're a business owner, CEO, is going to as content creation, like having a presence online. Like now, right now is more important than it's ever been. To the point where like even companies like Ryanair start doing memes and stuff like that, all relatable content because people have to care about them. So I think the goal is, if you don't want to record yourself, okay, fine, it doesn't need to be you, but it needs to be somebody. It needs to be somebody or people in your team that can create that kind of content for the brand, for people to fall in love with it. Remember, people need to fall in love with your brand. Why do you like Nike? Because you've fallen in love with what they do, what they stand for. That's what it is. The way they make you feel. And you've seen that through commercials. You've seen that through all the things that they do. And I always say that if you're not on social media, you're actually missing out on a lot more opportunity than you realize.
Yeah, and like see us like this with social media. If you're in a location, someone an hour or 20 minutes away may not realize you ever exist. But if you have social media, everyone will be able to do it. And my advice would be to the thing is, I think two things. Do it for try and build long-lasting relationships. Try and connect with as many people as you can, and also learn how to improve your customer experience. Like John and I are so infatuated about two main things: how can we entertain people, and how can we improve our customer experience? So if they're used to XYZ, can we make it better? If it takes usually, I don't know, let's say couple weeks to onboard a new client, can we do it in 1 week? Can we do it in this? Just the small things, and then that's what it adds up, and that's what it adds up, and it does like a compound effect. So what, and a lot of people I've realized in this entrepreneurship journey, they're trying to do it quickly, and they only think about the short term. They're always I'm trying to make the quick buck, the quick this. But the guys who've been the most successful that we've met, that some of them mentor us, none of them ever do it for the quick buck. They do it for the love of the game, and the game will always love you back.
So what, you man are coming spitting quotes and that? Justin LA boy, or the TheMakatwins LA boy. I like that. Okay. If you guys could go back to day one, what would you do differently, or what advice would you give to each other on day one of the Maka Group services?
Low-key, going back, I wouldn't change anything, just because if we changed it, the lessons we would have learned, like some of the mistakes that we learn, mistakes that happened, we're learning from it now. So now we know what to look out for. I wouldn't, in terms of anything, I wouldn't change anything. I think the advice I would probably just say is keep going, because you don't know how good it's going to get. That's it. That was literally the advice I would give my youngest. Not my younger self, but the when at the very beginning.
Mine would be what would it be? It would be like, I would change nothing, and it would be just love it, because there'll be a point where people now rely on you, and that comes with a lot of pressure. That whenever you start something, you don't realize, like, enjoy it now, because these are the best and the funnest times, because you're doing it, you don't know what will work, you don't know. It's a bit of uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
Yeah, that word. Yeah, there's a bit of
Cool.
uncertainty.
Calm.
There's a bit of uncertainty, and you don't know whether it's gonna work, and that thrill is been quite entertaining. And I'll just tell you that, don't worry, like it will all work out. You just have to trust the process.
Cool. Hey, take a look, my bro.
Yeah.
How you find it? How you feeling that?
Feeling
Oh, feeling fresh. That's what I love to hear, man. That's a Trims by T effect. Okay, cool. Last bit. What did you guys say your top four was? Who's winning the Premier League?
City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Okay. This is my ad. Hey, that'll be £15 to you, bro. Yeah, you're gonna pay me that one off camera. Anyway, this has been Behind the Fade. If you guys want more of this content, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends, tell your family, your uncles, your aunties, your sisters, your mom, your dad. Hey, Tdott is in town and he's ready to take the scene by storm, man. It's been lovely with the twins.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see you guys soon.